All right, we are ready to go. Awesome. Well, thank you for carving out some time to be able to learn about the Entice platform. Specifically today, we're going to be looking at our CreditScore-Express technology. What I'd like to do is give you kind of an overview of me, my company, the solutions that we provide, so you get a little bit of context of the technology solution that we're going to be looking at today. We'll jump into an overview of the CreditScore-Express platform, and then we'll jump into an actual demo, how we recommend it gets installed onto a dealership's website, how a customer would interact with it, and how we're able to generate that lead to your dealership's CRM tool, and then open it up for some Q&A. If you have any questions along the way, please just let me know. I'll keep my I think I can keep my chat thing open here so I can see if anybody chats, or just feel free to kind of stop me at any point. Otherwise, we'll open it up for some Q&A at the end. So what I want to do first of all is Intice. This is a company that I started in 2011, so we're almost 10 years old this year. I've had the great opportunity to spend most of my life in automotive retail. I grew up in the car business and have had the opportunity to spend over 20 years in automotive retail and really in various positions, from a salesperson to into management, into the finance office, into running large volume dealerships, opened and started a BDC in the late 90s. My last retail experience was with an Open Point Toyota dealership in a large metro market. I was the #1 employee that started that dealership, hired the entire staff, and in the first 90 days from opening the dealership door, sold over 1,000 vehicles. That was prior to 2011 when I started this company. My first foray into technology actually dates back to the late 90s, early 2000s. I created and pioneered really the first desking solution of its type, named ePencil, teamed up with Grant Cardone and brought that out to the marketplace. That's still a product that's out in the marketplace now, but really has become the standard for dealership desking technologies, where many technology providers really has used that as a model to create their own. 10 years ago, when I moved from automotive retail into the vendor side or the technology side, my goal was to really solve a problem that I had been plagued with when I was at a dealership, and how can I take the visitors that are already visiting my dealership's website and get them to convert into a lead, and then get that customer into a situation where they're having dialogue with some of my employees at the dealership, and then invite them and bring them into the dealership. So with that, the first product that we brought to the marketplace is our Visa Test Drive program, where we create a customized Visa reward card to bring customers into the dealership showroom. They first have to register, which allowed us to really double the amount of leads generated from a dealership's website and invite them into the dealership, knowing that there's lots of different ways that we can engage customers on a dealership website, and every market and dealership is a little bit different. We took the idea of lead conversion and moved that into different areas where customers could engage. Next product that we brought to the marketplace is a Trade Value Express. This gives the customer the ability to get their trade value, their trade book value right on your dealership website, and request an express cash offer, where somebody at the dealership can actually put a real number on the car and get that back to the customer within a very short period of time. We went on to build out a full digital retailing technology that we call Shopper Express, and part of the development of this product leads us into the product that we're talking today, and that is CreditScore-Express. So CreditScore-Express allows a customer to get their real FICO score on your dealership website through a soft credit pull. Soft credit pull does not require a social security number. It does not require a date of birth. All it requires is a first name, last name, and physical address. From that, we're able to do a soft credit pull that does not add an inquiry to the customer's credit bureau. but it gives the customer the ability to get their real FICO score. And this is not a Vantage score. This is not kind of a Credit Karma type of fake credit score. It's a real credit score, a real FICO score from any of the 3 bureaus. And we can pick and choose which one for each dealership they would like to have. And we provide that to the customer. Additionally, we give the dealer the ability to either have access to that credit score and or have access to the full credit bureau from that soft credit pull. So we actually have 2 different versions that your dealership can choose from, just getting the credit score or getting the credit score plus that full bureau. There's a little added expense with that credit bureau, so some dealerships choose to sign up for that and some don't. But really the goal here is to help you provide a real value to consumers when they visit your dealership website, but we use this as a way to have the customer move from an anonymous website browser into an identified customer that's engaging with somebody at your dealership utilizing the credit score. And the way that we embed it on your dealership website, it really is optimized to convert that customer into a lead. Now, some of the benefits of the CreditScore-Express technology. Number one, it is going to be optimized for mobile. We are going to provide a compelling call to action right on your home page, on your search results page, and on your VDP. We give instant score results to customers as they go through the process. And we do also, as a second step of the process, is we give the customer the ability to complete a full credit application that would either be integrated right into Route 1 or into DealerTrack, depending on what your dealership uses for a decisioning engine. The leads that we capture are automatically going to be sent right to your dealership's CRM. And additionally, the customer will also receive an automated email with that credit score. And we'll go through the process so you'll be able to see exactly how we can have this set up on your dealership. And we also customize the entire solution for the manufacturer that you represent. So we use factory colors, we use factory illustrations in the content that we show the customer. And also the way that the system is set up, and we'll talk about the pricing at the end, but it includes 50 soft credit pulls per month, and then it's just a per soft credit pull cost in addition to that. So very inexpensive way to generate leads from your dealership's website. What I'm going to do now is jump into a demo website. This is inticedemo.com. This is kind of our fake dealership website, but our live technology is installed on this. And you can visit this after the presentation if you'd like to kind of play around and see how we utilize the technology and how you might be able to use it on your dealership's website. So right from the home page, you'll see as I scroll up, one of the things that you'll notice is we have our animated CreditScore-Express banner. This is a way to present that credit score opportunity to a customer. It's a very effective way to get the customer to engage in the technology and convert into a lead. The animated CreditScore-Express banner works a little bit differently than just a typical a banner that you might have on your website, is that when a customer clicks on it, it's actually going to open up the CreditScore-Express technology right on the page that the customer is on. So in this case, we're on the home page. We're not pushing that customer to a different embedded page or a different page off of your website. It's actually right there on the website, opening up this user experience for the customer to go through. One thing that you'll find right away, a striking difference between this and most other lead conversion technologies, is that, number one, it is optimized and color themed to your dealership website, your OEM, but we also use video as a way to educate the customer on the benefits of taking the next step, and that would be to actually complete this information and get their credit score, and then ultimately converting into a lead for your dealership showroom. The video also is color themed to the OEM, and it includes illustrations that mirror your OEM. But before we get into the actual experience, I want to share with you a few other different ways that we can engage customers into the CreditScore-Express technology. So that's an example of how we can do it right on your dealership's homepage, and we can customize this banner additional ways. We can customize it with your dealership logo, or you can create something with your advertising agency that references the free credit score, and we can use that as well. This is just an example of what we can do for you, but that is a way to get the customer into the process. Now from here, if I was a customer and I'm a sales-related customer, I might next go to a search results page and start searching around and filtering through what inventory you have on your dealership's website. And at this, we also have an opportunity to present this credit score Express banner. So we can put that up on the top-hand side of the dealership's website. And again, customer clicks on that, it's going to open up the CreditScore-Express technology right on that page, not moving them away and allowing them to kind of continue through the experience that the customer's having on the site. They can close it by clicking the close or back to website, the close button, or really click anywhere outside that, and it'll just automatically hide. Our technology is designed to be super fast. It doesn't add any page load speed, and it really provides kind of a next level application type experience right on your dealership's website. So now as a customer, another way I might engage with the CreditScore-Express technology is, depending on how you have your search results page set up on your dealership website, you might have some additional CTA buttons, call to action buttons, right on that CTA listing. And we can create a customized free credit score button right on the dealership's website. We can make it any color, shape, text, interactivity, to make sure that it's dynamic and it fits your site. This is actually inside our full button block, which allows us to have access to all of our tools, but we can do this individually just for one tool as well, for example, with this free credit score. And like the other engagements that I've shared so far, as soon as I click that, I'm going to open it up right on the dealership's website, providing this nice experience for the customer. Now from here, if I jump into a search, a vehicle display page, I might have another button that has that free credit score button, or maybe even another banner. And then now as we kind of get into this user experience, CreditScore-Express is set up in two steps. The first step is the free credit score part of the solution, which allows us to convert that lead and give the customer their free credit score, and then also provide you either the credit score and or the credit score and the full bureau. I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you right now. It's about a minute long. It provides more context to the consumer, kind of educates them on the value of providing this information, and kind of puts their maybe their security issues at ease, knowing that this is a real deal and they really are going to get their real FICO score. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you now.
Checking your credit should be fast and easy. Say hello to CreditScore-Express. FICO scores are used in 90% of all lending decisions, so a FICO score is a pretty accurate reflection of your creditworthiness. Credit scores are calculated using computer programs known as scoring models. Scoring models perform sophisticated statistical analysis on the contents of your credit report. CreditScore-Express uses a soft credit pull, which never impacts your credit or shows as an inquiry. To get your FICO score range, just tell us about yourself. No social security number or date of birth needed. And in seconds, CreditScore-Express will provide your personal FICO score range. Plus, you can get pre-qualified instantly. And we'll send your credit score and pre-qualification certificate right to your email. Optionally, you can complete an Express credit application. Our professional financial services team will review your application and provide you with a pre-qualification status in just minutes. Checking your credit score and getting pre-qualified for a car loan should be fast and easy. And with CreditScore-Express, it is.
So you can see there, we really educate the customer about the free credit score, why it's important, and how it will help them with their overall purchase experience. Now, from this point, I can jump in here and I can start the credit score process by typing in my customer's information. It'll kind of walk me through the process. But before we do that, let me just go ahead and show you a couple other different ways that we can engage the customer with CreditScore-Express, and some of the success that we get from it is we can also take this CreditScore-Express technology and we can put it right on a dedicated page on your dealership's website. So for example, right from a menu item, we can take the CreditScore-Express technology and we can embed that right on an individual page. This is great for any digital marketing that you might do, social media marketing, to drive customers to your dealership website with the hopes of putting that incentive out there for the customer to get their free credit score, so we can attract customers that way. Additionally, what we're able to do is I want to share with you how we can actually show this on mobile as well. So everything is highly optimized for a mobile experience. As you can see here, this is a mobile version of that website right there. And as soon as we go into that solution, we can open that up right in a full page experience for the customer to complete that process. And you can kind of see everything that was on the right-hand side of the UI now is right here on the bottom side, and we have the video right there on the top hand side. And it really, again, feels more like a mobile app than a mobile website. But from this standpoint, let me just go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of it, of how this actually works for a customer. So all we require is the customer to put in the first name, last name, and physical address to get the credit score, but we do require that they give us their email and phone so we can actually convert the customer into a lead. And what you'll see here, to make sure that we're getting good data into your CRM and a good physical address, we have a pretty cool address capture solution that allows us to make sure that we're getting a good full physical address. And we can serve up the most appropriate answer based on a few keystrokes. Like in this case, I can just type in 9813 KAM, and it'll automatically know that's what I'm trying to type there. Just by selecting that, it's going to enter that in. So it really is a frictionless experience for the customer. I can finish this off by putting in a email address and a phone number, and as soon as I click that Get FICO Score button, it's going to actually pull that customer's credit. It's going to serve up the customer's real FICO score, and when we share that with the customer, we share it in a range. It's a 20-point range. That customer's credit score is right there in the middle. In this case, it's 716. We add that flexibility to you, so we have full transparency to the customer, added flexibility when that customer comes in. It's going to be expressed in a range. Now, you're going to be able to see this information right in the back-end system of the Intice platform, but we also provide all of this information right in that CRM, or that ADF lead that goes right into your CRM. But you can see here that we have a pre-qualification certificate. We provide a status, an expiration date, the customer's information, the dealership's information, and a loan amount up to, and then a customized disclosure to make sure that we're always disclosing this properly and legally. Now, this information right here, the credit score and the loan amount thresholds, you get to choose as a dealer. Maybe a Highline dealership, you might want to have that loan amount a little bit higher than you would at a domestic or a Tier 1 dealership. Either way, it's your choice. And then you can also set the threshold for what would be considered pre-qualified and what would not. One of the things to know is that if the customer doesn't reach the pre-qualification threshold, for example, 580 credit score, anybody that is below that 580 score, we're not going to let the customer know that they're not approved. We're going to let the customer know that their status is pending and more information is needed. Somebody from the dealership will reach out and can continue the conversation. This gives you the opportunity to look at the information that's provided. You'll see the customer's credit score. You'll be able to engage the customer in sales-related activities, find out, what kind of vehicle do they have right now, what their equity position is, do they have a cosigner, what their time on job, their income level, all the other things that go into providing an approval. So it's either going to be pre-qualified or pending. That allows you to get engaged right there at the dealership. So this is the first step. And if I were to click this button right here that says skip credit application, we'd ultimately end up going into a pre-qualification certificate PDF that a customer can print out, or they can get it right from their email address. That would be available there. The second step is allowing the customer to complete a full credit application. So we encourage the customer to do that by making this that next red button that the customer would press. We do disclose to the customer that by completing a full credit application, they are required to supply their Social Security number and date of birth and authorize a hard credit pull. So there's never any question about that. But now we have this credit application, and it includes the minimum amount of information necessary to have a qualified credit application into your Route 1 or DealerTrack account, which we are certified in both to be able to collect that information. Everything is completely secure between the customer's browser and Route 1 or DealerTrack, and we're going to collect all the residential information. We're going to move on to the customer's employment information. This is where they're going to be able to supply all of this information that's necessary. From here, we're going to go on to the customer's personal information, such as their Social Security number, their date of birth. But it is a real nice kind of GUI interface that allows a customer to supply this information. So it's not just like a simple website form that we might have in a typical credit application, really providing that next level experience. I do have the ability to add a co-app if I want, or I can complete the process. When I complete the process, that's when we're going to be presented with this pre-qualification certificate. It's going to include the credit score gauge that we provide, the same in the user experience on the dealership's website, the pre-qualification certificate that has the color scheme of the dealership. And then if the customer did complete a full credit application, we're going to put this application received notification right on that certificate. This also is going to be included right in the ADF XML lead that we would send to customers immediately. So as soon as a customer completes it, they're going to receive an email that's going to include this, all the information on that pre-qualification certificate. It's going to include a link back to that PDF that can be printed off and the customer can bring in to the dealership. And again, all of this is going to be available right in the ADF XML that we're going to send to your dealership. We also have a lead notification that you might want to send out to somebody particular at the dealership, maybe an internet sales manager, maybe a finance manager. They can have access to these notifications that go out directly to the dealership. If it has the credit application, we can actually set up a separate notification that includes the app ID number from either Route 1 or for DealerTrack, so we can make sure that we're properly notifying everybody else or everybody at the dealership that needs to know. Additionally, right in the comments section, we're going to include a link to that redemption certificate, so you wouldn't even have to go into our back end tool to be able to see this information. You're also going to have that credit score range that's going to be available there. And then if you sign up for having access to the full bureau, that's going to be accessible right in that as well. All of this information will also be available right in the back end system of the Intice portal, which I'll go ahead and log in as a dealer. You can see here if I go to the the loan maker report, which is the CreditScore-Express technology. And you can see we're going to have all of this all the customers that have gone through the system in a nice, clean, simple report. You're going to be able to see the credit scores that we got from the customer, and then from here, if you want to see more information about the lead itself, you have access to the certificate URL, the customer's credit information, and the application ID number. The lead details are all right here, so that's all available in our back end as well. Now, for dealers that have signed up to get access to the full bureau, you can have access to that right from the back end portal of Entice, and this would actually show that customer's full credit bureau, just as if you pulled a hard credit bureau. That's all available right in the back end system of Entice. Now, from a reporting standpoint, to find out, so you can measure the success, we have a few different ways that we're able to share this information. And let me log in as admin to our production account, and I'll share some actual data with you. We will take all the interactions a customer will take inside that CreditScore-Express technology, and we'll push those events and goals right into your Google Analytics account, so you can be able to see the engagement and allow you to optimize it based on the success of the tool. But we also give you access to our analytics in the back-end system. So this just happens to be one of our dealers. And it's going to default to, when you open it up, it's going to default to the last 30 days. So this is real data of the last 30 days for customers. It is going to show how many people actually opened the technology. So that means that they actually got to the area where that video was. And out of that, you can see we get 35% of the people that open it will actually complete it into a lead. And out of the 136 customers that did that, 35%, we were able to generate 111 credit matches. So based on the name and address that was put in, we were able to match it to a credit score. And that usually does hover 80 to 85%, sometimes a little bit higher or lower, depending on the market. This would be a good time to tell you that the way that the system works is if we don't match to a credit bureau right away with just the name and address, we have a second chance opportunity where a customer they have the opportunity to opt in with their social security number, which will increase the ability for us to match to a credit bureau. Out of the 111, we got about 10% of them. We got 9 full credit applications right through the process. Average credit score for this dealership was 598. Out of the 111 credit matches, we had 60 of them that were higher than the 580 threshold, and we had the pre-qual value at 52,500. Additionally, to show some true analytics and attribution of how this actually will help you sell cars, you can see here that we have loan maker store visits and loan maker sales. We have an opportunity, it's an optional feature that we can link up our system to your dealership CRM. So we're going to send leads into your CRM. You have the ability to push back visits and sales, and we're able to bring that back in and then rematch them up to the leads that were generated through the system. And in this case, you can see in the last 30 days, we had 23 net sales out of the 136 net leads that were generated, which is a 17% closing ratio, which is just a tad higher than this dealership's average. So high quality first party leads right from your dealership's website. And you can see there that we're also able to match that up to dealership visits. So you can see the visit to sales ratio is quite strong as well. So this is some analytics and attribution data that is available in the system. I think the last thing that I will cover before we open it up for any questions that you might have is the cost of how the system works. Very straightforward, and very inexpensive for what we offer. So the CreditScore-Express technology itself is only $299 per month. That is going to include 50 soft credit pulls. Any soft credit pulls that go over 50 is only $2.49 for each one. And then if you want to have access to any of those credit pulls, you'd just be looking at an additional $1 to have access to that full credit that full credit file for every credit match that we get to. So that is how we're able to do the pricing. One other thing I did want to show you is some examples of what the user interface would look like for different manufacturers and different ways that we're able to make the solution kind of customized and tailored to your dealership. So for example, maybe instead of just free credit score, we got get approved, and you can see the user interface right here is now in Chrysler blue instead of Toyota red, and all the vehicle illustrations that we're going through here is in that Chrysler blue color. And of course, we'd have the ability to bring in any OEM colors. We already have all of them built out, allowing us to bring in that really kind of personalized overall experience, including all of the illustrations. So that's another thing I wanted to share with you. I would like to go ahead and open it up for any questions that you might have, be happy to answer any of them. And again, I do really appreciate the opportunity to present our product and hopefully have the opportunity to work with you guys in the future.